Alright, here we go. It is episode 21 of Minecraft Feed the Beasts. I am the Average Gamer Guy, and we are going to be doing, just some different things. One of the things I wanted to get done, we're still working on the bees. They're happily up there. I've got part of one side done to where I want to get to, but the other part is well, it's not going the way I wanted to. So we're working on it. Our steam boilers are going well. However, we're running low on the single blaze farm here is not quite keeping up. So we've got 5 stacks down there. We've got some stacks up there. Nothing's gone in the deep storage unit in quite a while. So it's sort of just kind of barely keeping on. Oof, lots of lag. I think because I'm running the server and recording at the same time, occasionally when I jump into areas where there's lots of stuff going on, it does cause a little bit of lag, so I apologize about that. Anyway. So yeah. So I'm trying to think, what else can I do to increase the ability to produce things with that I can burn. And there are a couple options. Option 1, I might do sort of all of them, I'm not quite sure. Option 1 is I've turned my tree farm off because I've got, well, until I took some out for my Thaumcraft, I have a full thing of saplings, I have a full thing of wood, plus another 16,000 oak wood in a deep storage unit. I don't need more wood. I'm good on wood. So what I could do is construct a way to transport all of this wood over here. Perhaps use, let me kill these guys. Perhaps use a tesseract to bring that back to my base. That's one of the things I've thought about. And then go ahead and smelt that wood into charcoal. Which then charcoal's not the greatest thing to run your boiler on, but if you have 16,000 pieces of it, that'll go for a while, even if it goes quickly, especially if I turn this back on. So that's one way to do that. The other way is I could always build some sort of forestry auto farmer, either the simplistic peat bog one that just grows peat in a square around the center, and set up a little harvester to do that, or I could go with a full-blown multi-block farm from forestry. And I haven't quite decided yet, but one of the things I do want to go ahead and do, just because I kind of am going to need it, is a sturdy casing. That goes there. That's just some glass. Put a chest underneath, and 5 gold, and that gets me a thermionic fabricator. And that's going to be important to use. So let me sort of figure out whether or not I do want to do the coal thing just because I have all that wood. I'm sorry, not coal, charcoal. I'm not quite certain how to get that charcoal if I want to build a facility to smelt it down over there, or if I want to, like, item tesseract that back and dump it into my AE system here, and then set up some, like, export buses and transport that out into probably an induction furnace that's set up. And, I guess that's probably what I'll go with, is the deep storage. Yeah, just because that's probably the easiest, although I don't really like to do that. So let me see if I can come up with something interesting and sort of fun, and we'll see what I can do. You know, it might be interesting if I used some sort of magic mirror hungry chest kind of deal. Huh, that's an idea. Yeah, let me see how feasible that is, and then I'll be back. Alright, so again, we've been working on a little bit of Thaumcraft. And we're going to make a little something. should need 5 of that. Let's go ahead and... you can see I now have these 4 little jars attached to my cauldron. I don't think I did that on camera. Those are called alembics. That comes with the basic flux manipulation. Here. You can look at silver wood and 2 gold, and some vis gets you a flux filter, and also some permuto virus. And then the flux filter and some gold and a jar and a brewing stand gets you an arcane alembic. And of course, some extra aspects. And what that does is, as you put things in here for the creation of various items, and you have leftover aspects, they, instead of bleeding off into the environment, they can get stored in these things. And this stores, I believe it stores 16 units each. And in groups of 8, you can take them out and put them in a glass file. So like this one, if I click it, it took 8 of the 16 out, but there were like 9 it looks like maybe. And it gave me a Messis Essentia in this bottle. And none of the rest of these have enough, like that doesn't have 8, so I can't take that out. But I can store that, and I've been storing quite a few. And right now, we're going to dump these 5 rotten flesh in there. And then we're going to get the results and refill. We're going to make ourselves a tallow golem with a golem animation core of perception. So a golem is a pretty cool little guy. He runs around and does various things for you. What he's going to do is automate the these alembic guys. And I should probably actually make a second one. You know what? I should make a second one. Ooh, I don't have that second core. Man. I don't really need the second core, though, for the other one. The other thing you can do is you can give him a bucket. Do we have enough in these? No. Oh, that one does. What is that? That is Mortuous. You can give him a bucket, and he will refill this thing for you, so that you don't have to watch me painfully forget to refill it every time I try and use it, because he just sort of runs around and does it for you. But to do that, we're going to need... What do we need for a regular old... Just a basic one. Wait, what? We need a golem animation core. Yeah, that's just a night ore and 4 bricks, which we have somewhere, because I made the first one. I knew there was a reason I was trying to make 2. And I just forgot to put the other set of bricks in. Let's see, what do we need here? We need some Impertio and Motus. Do we have any of that over here? Mortuous, that's not what we need. So no, we don't have any of that. Why would we have any of that? What do we need? We need 8 Motus and 8 Imperito. Imperito? Something like that. These have... Okay. Where did that go? Alright, there's our 8 of that, and we're going to need 2, 3, 4 boats, because that has 4, and that'll be our 16, right? 8, and... Ooh, we only need 2 boats. Let's put 2 of those back. Right, 4 and 4 is 8. Yeah, plus 8 of those. Yep. So we just run right over here and dump that and this and that. And that should go ahead and get us our regular basic animation core. And then we're going to put that in there with an X of tallow. And we need 8 Victus and 8 Animus. First, let's go ahead and clean that up a little bit. Yeah, it sucks when they get stuck. Like, there's not really a good way to get rid of those all the time. So we need 8... What is it? 8 Victus, 8 Animus. Alright, so let's grab some Soul Sand. And the Victus, let's grab some apples. Hold on, that's that, yeah. We only need 4 each. Right, 8 and 8, yep. Alright, so firstly, we're going to forget to put water in it again, because why would we remember to put water in things? Alright, we're going to dump, nope, we're going to wait for it to boil. Okay, there it goes. So 8 soul sand, 4 apples, come over here, we take a tallow golem worker, and then we're going to take one with the perception core. So that's going to make him have, the thing that's different is that he'll be able to operate over a larger distance, basically. Which is pretty handy, although not necessary. But it'll be handy. The guy who does the water doesn't need to do that, that's why he's just a regular one. But the person who, the little golem that's going to be cleaning these up, he's going to have to go a little further, potentially, for his job, so. Alright, there is that. And we're going to have the Perceptive Golem Worker. Okay, now the only thing we need is, what is going on over here? Oh, those are outside. That's really annoying. Let me go clean that up. Nope, fly up. There we go. Alright, so he's going to need some, that's that. That's a golem. Where is the marker block? That's the question. Where is it the theory of everything? No, that's just the wand of the thaumaturge. I don't have an either star, obviously. It's a tallow candle. I wonder if it's just like a block that I can make. Oh, it is a block I can make. Alright, well, how do I make that? Some wood and some wool. Oh, okay. Well, let me go grab some of that, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. Let's see. Let's grab maybe this. Oh, you know what? There are 2 empty ones back here. Oh, they're not actually empty. I did not realize this stuff was back here. Oh, look, a bunch of wooden... Man. Alright, fair enough. So, some wooden planks with some wool in the middle gets us markers. Now, the question I have is... if I put down a marker block, and it's a white marker, can I then dye it? No. So I need to know up front what color I'm going to make stuff. So let's pull out, it seems like a good number of white for one thing that I'm thinking about. And then let's go ahead here and we will get some red wool that we will then put there for a couple red marker blocks. And what we're going to do... well, let me get back up there and then I'll be back. Alright, so let's see how this works. I believe I click the golem on the crucible, and then if I click him, yes, if I give him a bucket, he will keep it filled with water. Now, he needs to know where the water is. So we're going to take our red, and we're just going to do that, and then we're going to take this block and put it right there, and then we're going to tell him red is where that water is. And then I believe we have to put this one... do I put it like here so he knows how to get there? Do I put it above it? Let's see. Maybe he's just not doing anything because it's... Okay, and there's nothing in there. This is somewhat annoying. I'm just trying to make sure that I have set everything up correctly. So if I go ahead and throw this... You know what? I don't want you there. If I can help it. Did that just eat my... I think it did. No! If you click on them with a wand, it makes them go away. That's really annoying. Alright. Let's set you to red. And give you a bucket. And you go and you filled it up. And you did put water in there. Okay, yes. So, this works. So the red tells him this is where water is, and the other red tells him this is where the crucible is, so he fills it up. Okay. Whew. And then let's see. This guy. Let's put down a white here. What's in that chest? Oh, all those, that's right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put down a bunch of these. Let's see. You know what? We don't need one there. How do we want to do this? Maybe like that? I'm not exactly certain how far he can go. And we're going to grab our warded jars. I also don't know how many warded jars we have. And put our warded jars so that they interact with that face. And we got 6, so let's just see how far he can go. There. So we will click on the alembic. He goes and gets the this, because this is next to the chest where the glass files are. He knows where to go to get a glass file, and because these are all connected to white, he knows to go and just dump this stuff in there. And so he goes and he dumps it in. And I can also go and pre-fill these things so that he sort of knows, oh, that's what goes in that jar, that's what goes in this jar, that sort of deal. So, unfortunately, because I'm not wearing... I took my goggles of the goggles of revealing, goggles, yeah, what are they called? I want to say goggles of the thaumaturge. Goggles of revealing. Since I took my goggles of revealing and I combined them into my... You know what? I can just uncombine them. That's right, I can salvage it. Let me go salvage it. Alright, so I'm back up here and I've salvaged my goggles of revealing. Mostly because when you combine it with the helmet, you get the aura meter in the lower left-hand corner, but you miss out on everything else. Whereas with these, if I go up here, it shows me what's in there and how much of it is in there. And that's really nice. So, like, that is this. So now I know this is what goes in there. 64 is the max, so I can't dump any more in there. Let's put that in the rest. Let's see, that is... I believe it's messes, yeah. So let's fill that up. Did they put anything else? No. Okay, so then we'll just start filling this thing up. So let's put Toledo in there, that in there, that there. That looks good. That is all of them. So there we go. Yeah, I like having this a little better. And those guys just hang out, and they just keep working. Like, that's what they do. There's some other golems that you can have. You can have golems that will sort things in chests. You can have golems that will farm things. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. So, alright, I just wanted to get that done so that I can, when I make things, I'm not quite as concerned with what is and isn't in there. And you can see it's much better to have the goggles of revealing, because it'll actually tell you what's in things and how much, as opposed to just having it in your stuff. Now, well, I guess I should mention with these over here, if I make a recipe here that requires, for instance, what is the tree? I can't remember what the tree is called. It's not herba. Herba's this one. Anyway, if I need it that has herba, this arcane altar will go ahead and pull from this 16 already made. It'll go ahead and pull into there. So as you have overflow and fill these up, you'll just be able to use that in your arcane guy. It doesn't work in the research table, but it does work for your arcane altar to make things. So that's pretty cool, I think. So I'm going to clean up my inventory, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I think I've figured out what we're going to do. So over in the... oh, I also threw down some aerial faith plates, but I don't think I really like them. But I threw them down. I'll probably just get rid of them. I was hoping they would have a little bit better effect, but they don't. So over here, attached to the deep storage unit, that has 16,000 wood, and will continue to get more and more and more. I'm just going to put an autarkic gate on this and set it to pulse. And it should pulse and drop these right into my mirror there. Like, see, it just doesn't... Like, I could just fly. You know? I think it's cool for some things, but I think I've passed the point at which I should be using them. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. Okay, so then it spits out of the mirror into the hungry chest. This is the setup I had previously used to just transport stuff from this chest quickly, manually, by me. But this is a much better use of it. And then what we're going to do, I went ahead and made some... Oh, actually, I've just been in my test world, so let's go ahead and put this back in recipe mode. So I went ahead and made the import bus, an induction furnace, all this stuff. So ME, and they're right there. The import bus is pretty easy. It's a sticky piston, which we had from some forest temples, a couple iron. ME cable is really easy. It's actually just a couple redstone. You know, I don't know that it's actually 3 redstone. I think it's just 2 redstone. I think that's a misprint. Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. And you can see I just went ahead and made 4 stacks of it. And then I made 32 of these, mostly because I just made a half a stack of the silicon that I had previously. I don't remember, that was a long time ago, whatever episode, I just threw a bunch of that in there to get silicon. So I just made 32 basic processors. And once you have the basic processor, it's just easy. It's 1 stack of quartz, 1 stack of redstone, 2 stacks of iron. That was a stupid thing to click. And once you have that, it's just, you know, a half a stack of ME cables, because I had 32 of them, a stack and a half of glass, 2 more stacks of iron, got me the 32 interface. And then I made 4 of the import buses, and I made 4 of the export buses. So, where are they? We've got 3 because... Where did I leave one? What? Where did my other import bus go? I had this set up, and then I realized, you know, what I should probably do is not have it all set up and then put it on camera. Where the hell did my other... Are you kidding me? It's not in there. Oh, there it is. Oh, you know what? I bet when I broke it back here, I bet it became an object that contacted the chest, and the chest ate it. That's what happened. Okay. Whew, I was concerned for a second. Okay, so here's how we're going to set this up. ME cable out of the back of this. It just has to be touching a block from applied energistics. It doesn't necessarily have to be that specific block, but we're going to end up going right past there anyway. So cable to there. And I set this up and it seemed to work. I didn't do a whole lot of testing, So we'll see if it continues to work the way that I think it's going to. So we have an import bus there. And what I've done is convert all of my oak wood into charcoal already. Is that oak? No. Is this oak wood? There we go. Alright. So, where'd my oak wood go? There it is. So we click on the import bus, and it has the things you can import. And right now, redstone mode always active. That's what we want. And it's moving single items. And I think that's going to be okay. So we're going to put in, it's a ghost item. Notice I still have 2 of those. I'm going to have it move stacks in for now. That seemed to work. We'll see if it continues to work. So what that's going to do is whatever is in, it will import oak wood from this chest. Well, that's all that's going to be entering this chest, so that's fine. The chest is just a way to introduce it to the system and pick it up from the mirror. And then we're going to take our cables, and so we have oak wood in there. And what we want to do is turn that into charcoal. So, we're going to not do that. We're going to break that. And have an export bus that doesn't meet up with the... Why is this... Let's see if this works. Export bus. Okay. And give me my... What are my induction furnaces? And there we go, induction furnace. And we're going to slap a lever on the side of that and turn it on so that it heats up and stays hot all the time. And what it's going to do is it's going to export wood. But it's going to export singly so that hopefully there can be like a never, you know, it will hopefully not get super backed up. That's the idea. Hopefully this will all just be getting turned into charcoal and we won't have a massive wood buildup. And then what we're going to do is we're going to export from there. What did I do with my cable? There it is. Alright, we're going to export charcoal. So we're going to import from this chest some wood. Then we're going to... Wait, is this... Crap. Then we're going to export that wood into this induction furnace. Then we're... Does it not like the machine? I don't understand why it's having all these difficulties. Okay, I think I just clicked on the wrong thing. So then we're going to import into the system charcoal. And then what we're going to do is over here, we're going to have an export bus. We're going to have an export bus set up to a deep storage unit. And that's going to be the west side, so west needs to be in. And we're going to preset this up with some charcoal. And you'll notice that I need more charcoal, basically. Deep storage units and applied energistics has a bit of an issue. Nope, that's coal. Don't want that. And that issue is that if you have less than 1 stack in your system, it will eat them. And by eat them, I mean they will go away and they won't come back. It won't actually stock up on them, it will just destroy them. And that is a problem. So what we're going to do is make sure that it has more than a stack in there. And that's the import function. Nope, that's an export. Good lord. No, wait, yeah, we want to export it. Dang it. Alright, let's see if I can get this to hook up. There we go. And we're gonna... You know what? We're just gonna go get some more charcoal. That's all there is to it. Let's just clear that out. And replace it with... Not with that, that's for sure. I have no idea why iron ore made it through there and did not get smelted. That also, why are iron bars going through there? What is going on? Alright. Let me go figure that out. Okay, so I figured out my sorting system problem here. What was happening was, when that iron filled up, I put iron over here as well. But the problem is that when it comes up right here, and the two separate systems merge, the system that went through all of the array of pulverizers, furnaces, and the system that did not, when they merge right there, what was happening was it was a shorter distance to go back to this relay for the iron than it was to go all the way around to over here where I set it. So it always chooses the shortest distance to the inventory at once. So it was going right back through this pipe to these relays, going into the pulverizer, turning the ingot into dust, and then the dust was getting furnaced, turning into iron, which is going over here, making the shortest trip right back, and it had this giant loop of iron that was just going around and around and around and around forever. And so what I did is I went ahead and just added in these two things to be iron, and now that seems to have done it because that's such a shorter trip. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm going to be getting off of the Red Power 2 sorting system kind of deal and into something else here in another episode or two, so that'll work. Either I'm going to just go for Super AE mode and just really beef that up, or I'm going to try maybe some factorization routers and see how that works. I haven't really quite figured it out yet. I'm probably going to do one or the other. Alright, but now that that is solved, what we should be able to do is to come over here. Yeah, that's got to go. And we're going to just toss in those three. And let's see what happens on the other side. Alright, let me get rid of those. I'll be back. Alright, faith plate gone. Now, okay, they exited there, and they went straight into the output. Well, crap. Alright, maybe if we have an export that comes right here. Those. What will you do? It's gonna put him right there, but I have an extra one now. Why is it putting them? Okay, let's see what happens if I do it here. And we do that. And we get rid of that one, and we configure you to drop this in. And we put 4 of them in there, and they get sucked out, and then they show up over here. Hold on. Every time I do this, I get an extra one. That's a weird bug. Look at that. 5. Now I'll have 6. Huh. It's duplicating. Do I have oak wood in the system? No, I have no oak wood in the system. But if I take 6 and I shove them in there, then I get 7 over here, and it's in the wrong spot. Crap, how did I have this set up in my other world? I had a test world where I had this working. So yeah, let me go look and see what I did over there. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we did get this sort of figured out. What I was missing... Oh crap, which one of these is right? This one doesn't need to be there. And now this... Go back to being over there. Okay, so what I was missing was I just needed this interface on the top with a recipe that says basically you build an MU pattern encoder, and you just drop this in there and say no, that doesn't give me that. It gives me instead a charcoal, and then you put a blank pattern in there, pretty easy to make, and encode it, and that just tells it that somehow it's going to craft one charcoal, or it's going to take an oak, and it's going to export it to whatever machine you've attached it to that, and it's going to get back a charcoal. It doesn't know how, that's what's going to happen. And then there's the import for the charcoal. And then all I have to do is come over here and go to charcoal and tell it, like, I want 64 of them. And then it will try and give me 64 charcoal. And it goes ahead and puts them in here. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is I may need to make an additional deep storage. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do, is to take another deep storage and I guess I would need an export and an import for that. Yeah. So if I have my deep storage here, and that holds oak, then I need an import. No, I need an export bus there that exports oak, and I need a cable here and an import bus there, and another cable to connect them. Crap. And we connect them. I guess I don't really need that cable over there. I can just use the one cable because it does cost energy. And it's going to export wood. Yeah. Wait, that's an export bus. This should be an import bus. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was clicking on there. And that's going to import wood. So basically I'm just telling it, hey, you're storing wood there. I think that will work. No, it's going to go ahead and try and pull all that out. Huh, how can I get that? Maybe if I use an interface block here as well, and I tell it, let's see, that was 3. That was 3 glowstone, 3 iron, I believe it was a quartz crystal, and 2 pieces of glass. Yep. So that gets me a blank pattern. So if I come over here to the pattern encoder, and I say that, and encode, and then I take this, and I come in here, and I tell it to process that, and I use the deep storage unit, and let's see. So what I want is, what is that? That's east is in, and down is going to be out. And that's going to be an import bus. And then we just hook that up. And if that imports wood, then I should be able to... Nope, it's just automatically going to import wood, even if I don't call for it. That sucks. Alright, so I can fix that. What we need to do is build an ME chest, I think. And that's going to be another conversion matrix. Or actually, I don't even need a chest. I need a pre-formatter. Yeah, pre-formatter. Oh, it's the same thing, just for crafting table. So, conversion matrix means I need piece of silicon. And I'm going to need, I believe it's 2 redstone. I'm going to take 2 gold just in case it's 2 gold. Okay, so that plus the silicon, I think it's 1 gold, 2 redstone. Yeah, it is. A basic processor. This is all the stuff I did off camera before, so we'll just do it on camera now. Alright, so there's the ME. What is it? It's 4 iron, 2 redstone. 2 redstone, 2 glass. And, of course, I don't have any iron on me. So this episode wasn't supposed to be about applied energistics, but that's what it's apparently going to be. Oh, not glass, crystals. But it was supposed to be about how to turn that stuff into charcoal to get that thing to work, and that is sort of what we're going to do. So, I guess it all sort of works out. Get a crafting table. Crafting table there, and my iron, and the preformatter. Alright. Let's break this, and just go ahead and put the preformatter right there. And then, what we can do is an ME64K. Let's see if I can make this. I'm not even sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can make that. Okay. So we're going to need one of those. So we're going to need 4 of those. Okay, so we're going to need 4 of those. I know those require a diamond. For now, let's go ahead and put this and this, these. I just need to get this out of my inventory so I can manage what I'm doing here. Sometime I have to go through and sort of defrag that stuff, I guess, but okay. So, we need this guy. And that is 2 redstone, so that's going to be... We just need all the silicon. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 4 diamonds, and some redstone, and a cutting knife. That's going to be 4 of those. And then we just come right over here, smelt those up. Alright, so that's the one we need there, and then these are going to be that, and so I'm going to need 9 of these. So that's 9 of those. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to need 9 of these. So if I need 9 of those, then I'm going to need 30 of these. Okay. So let's go ahead and get those going. 30 of those. No. 30 of those. Alright, let's... What did I dump in here? Did I dump my gold in there? No. So 30 of those, combined with some redstone. Let's go ahead and grab our silicon. Stick that in there like that, and the knife on top. And we're going to get 32, just get 33 of them. And then let's go ahead and smelt all of that. Now, what else are we going to need here? How do we turn those into these? That's going to be... oh. Some quartz. Okay. So I need 3 of these. So... hold on. I need 3 of those. Each one of those requires 3 of these. So I already need 9 of whatever this is. So 9, so 20, wow. I need way more than I thought I did. I'm not sure that AE is going to be the way to do this. I don't know that I can make this 64 thing. Well, there's only one way to do it. Just see sort of what happens. So I need a bunch of these. Okay, so 4 redstone. So I'm probably just going to need like... let's do that. And this. Do we have a stack of these or a half a stack of those? We have a half a stack, so we really need to just come back over here and do this. This guy, and this, that. So you can see this takes quite a bit to get this going. I think the math is right. Usually when I do this kind of stuff, I figure it all out ahead of time. But for some reason I just decided to dive into this, so we'll see how well it goes on the fly. What did I miss? Ah. Okay, now we've got 64 of those, so that we don't need the redstone. Okay, so to make one of those, it's 3 of those and more. So we need 3 of each of these, and to make one of those, we need 3 of these. So we need 9 of these guys, which means we need 27 of that. So we should be able to just get this and go like that. And like that. Is it this? Glass. And we need even more of those things. Holy cow. I wonder if I made too many of these. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Well, I'm sure it'll get used, right? Right? Okay, we'll make some more of that. Use some more gold, some more redstone. Some gold. A couple redstone. 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 Gold. Just stack of that. And the diamond part was the cheap part. Alright. What goes there? Glass. No? Seriously, we're out of the storage things? I only have 21. 21 storage segments. And we only need 9. So yeah, way overcalculated. Oh man. Oh well, whatever, I'll need them eventually. Okay, so then we need some glowstone. And I think I'm going to be using a bunch more diamonds. Let's see here. So how many storage blocks do I need? I only need 3. Okay. So now to make this, it's essentially the same recipe. To make one storage cluster. And now that I've got that, it's a storage cluster with 3 redstone, 2 pieces of glass. Yeah, so I way freaked out on those things. Holy cow. And that's a 64. And then we go to the pre-formatter and we put that in there, and then we tell it, one, we get rid of all this crap because we don't need that, and we tell it that we want oak wood. Come back here and we say, okay, oak wood. Name, oak storage. And then we format it. So now, when we drop this in here, this has 0, so when we put that in, it should have 1 of 63 types. And that should be the only place that can store oak wood. So now if we go for charcoal and we tell it craft us 64, I think it should be able to, yep, it can go ahead and pull that stuff out and out of the one storage drive and give it to us. So this episode is a little long, but now it can do that. So all we need now is to come collect our blaze rods that are flying everywhere. Okay. All we need is to come back over here, and I should be able to take this autarkic gate, go ahead and put it on here, set it to items in inventory, and tell it to pulse. And it should just start pulling out wood and sending it right back in there. So let's stop that. And let's break that. It's always something. Wooden transport pipe. Iron. Alright. The iron transport pipe. I should have seen that coming. Seems like every time I do one of these with Buildcraft pipes, I always put it together and I think it's going to work, and then I do it, and then I'm like, oh, right, I need an iron pipe there. Let's see. Okay, so now we should pump out, and it will only go that way. So now we can put an autarkic gate and say if there are items in the inventory, then pulse. And it should be pulsing. Huh, kind of makes a giant tree. That's funny. And then these should be falling into the mirror, and hopefully they will not be jumping over to me. It's the problem with having the magnet mode on. Are they not falling in the mirror? Can I turn magnet mode off? There, we just moved it. That seems to be working. Yep, and it's shoving it out. And what we should see is... oh, I don't know what it just did. Okay. Yep, I think it's all going in there. And so what we should be able to do is come in here and look at oak. And it's getting bigger, it's good. And then we should be able to say charcoal. And I want to craft like 256, go. And it's just going to start chugging through there and shoving charcoal in over here. And that's pretty cool. So charcoal. Let's craft I don't know, that much. And it will just sort of start crafting. And I'll be able to take the charcoal, pull it out of the deep storage unit, and keep these things full. It's not going to do very well. Like a blaze rod that doesn't last very long is 6,000 EU at 10 EU per tick at 0.8,000. Whereas a piece of charcoal is 4,000 at 1.6 heat. It actually is going to last twice as long in the solid fuel firebox. Really? And I should have been doing this a long time ago. Anyway, I think this is going to work. I think. So all that's left now is to close up my mess, make the base look halfway decent again, stop absorbing that stuff. And I think that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. Not quite the way I thought it was going to go, but we did successfully create a method to turn wood into charcoal, and we did not use the standard accepted way quite. And we got to learn a little bit about applied energistics along the way, even though it was somewhat frustrating. Probably more for me than you, although probably for you as well, trying to watch me fumble my way through all this. But there we go. We have a system. It's working. That chest is super hungry. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. That is episode 21. I am the Average Gamer Guy. Have a nice day.